billboards. Big, bright, beautiful colors designed to grab your attention and hold it. And you never know what you're going to see on these boards. But we're not going to talk about the boards that you have seen possibly in Tokyo, Hong Kong, Las Vegas, Manhattan, or on the highways. We're going to talk about billboards that were erected in Troy, Michigan. Yes, Troy, Michigan. Prior to November 2017, there were no billboards in Troy, Michigan. As of November, there were 5 erected. 200 square foot high definition electronics. And not on the highway. These were put into mixed residential areas. We're going to go to a city council meeting today that was held on November 20th. And let's see what possessed the city to put these boards up, because they're certainly being contested by the public. I would think that any public would. But let's take a look and let's see what the explanation is. Here we go.
Good evening. Welcome to the November 20th, 2017 Troy City Council meeting.
Is it, so I'm getting this right, he could have built a bigger and a taller sign? Is that possible?
Well, then what's out there now?
Yes, well, other than what they put up.
No, the code would, they maxed out at 25 feet tall, 200 square feet in area, with a setback of 30 feet from the right-of-way. That's the maximum they could go there.
City Attorney Blue, but are there any ramifications for this council approving an ordinance tonight that states that those signs are currently allowed under Troy's sign ordinance?
Actually, it is a fact. It is relating to the size of the signs, and under our current zoning district, the size of the signs are permitted. However, we don't know what is on the signs. We don't know. They have not been illuminated yet, so that remains to be seen.
I did want to comment on something that I think all of the residents who spoke up tonight mentioned, and that's safety. Please know that this council takes safety into consideration in every decision we make. We're not going to shy away from this. Safety in distracted driving is important to us. It is factoring into how we're approaching this. The intent is to keep our community safe, in addition to removing any visual detractions. Council takes safety into consideration in every decision we make.
The safety consideration is huge. I guess I want to make sure that we really truly research and understand the safety impacts. You know, we saw one study that tells us that there can be issues with this. I'm sure we all share this belief. We're pushing the envelope on safety.
This is as close to some sort of a conspiracy than I've ever seen. And be rest assured that we're looking at this from all angles. And stay tuned.
For this whole sign deal to get snuck through during a very, very contentious election cycle is very irritating to everyone up here to hear about these for the first time from members of the community is very embarrassing. And like I said, we dropped the ball and we're on it now.
I'm on the same page here. On Rochester Road, I worked at the McDonald's right next to the Sharks Barbecue, and I'll pledge to do what I can to legally prevent these going up in the future and to try to mitigate the ones that there are. Whatever we can do legally is what I'll try to do. I'm also an auto safety engineer, so I hear your concerns about the road safety issues as well. So thanks everyone for speaking up.
We were all taken aback by these monsters that came up on Rochester Road. Unfortunately, there is 8 permits pulled. We will do everything in our power to stop any new ones and do what we can with the ones that are currently under construction.
And frankly, was taken aback by it, just as the residents were. I know one resident mentioned that had been in one of our council agendas. It was in there as a report. It wasn't a presentation. It wasn't something we voted on. And I will own that I read it and it did not register with me what processes allow, because I agree, it flies in the face of our master plan for Rochester Road. And I apologize that I missed it. I'll own that.
How an ordinance that's been in place for 30 years and has protected us from large signs like this, how it's suddenly, I'll say, overthrown, and now have 8 sign applications for these large signs is a mystery to me. These signs meet the legal reading of the law. It doesn't meet the intent. This is not what we had in mind for Rochester Road. To the community, I say, we hear you. I don't think you hear any one of us up here at the table pleased with these developments. 8 signs coming up in a matter of 2 weeks. I've not heard of such a thing before, ever. And I'm not sure what forces are in play that have caused this, but we're gonna get down to the bottom of this and we're gonna fix it going forward.
It did come as a shock to me, as it did to all of you. I know that I've spoken with several of my fellow council members, and we all are definitely working together to try to figure out what we can do to figure out what happened here. But we definitely have concerns when what appears to come out of nowhere are these new billboards in our city that are so opposite of what the city and community has been about for so many years.
The agenda are council referrals. There is one council referral this evening and to direct city administration to initiate the process to research and review the sign ordinance provisions to protect health, safety, and welfare and property values in the city of Troy.
Certainly, the sign ordinance that we have has been in place for decades. It was last reviewed, I think, in 2010, 2011, somewhere in that area. And I think these signs or billboards certainly meet the letter of the law, but they don't necessarily meet the spirit of our laws. And I appreciate a business's ability and desire to put forth the message that they're open for business, but anything other than that is very difficult for us to have to deal with, especially at the 20 foot by 10 foot level and with unknown brightness of these signs.
Let's have a moratorium on all signs and for 180 days. I will move that amendment.
Support.
Mayor Slater? Mayor Pro Tem Abraham?
Yes.
Councilmember Hamilton?
Yes.
Councilmember Henderson?
Yes.
Councilmember Hoderick?
Yes.
Councilmember Pennington?
Yes.
Motion passes.
I'm sure we all share this belief. We're pushing the envelope on safety.
I look forward to hearing your plan to stop future billboards in the city of Troy, as well as to hear your plan for removal of the current ones that have already been erected.
This visual distraction obviously doesn't help in a time of focus on distracted driving. There's also a school bus stop directly across the street from the Sharks Barbecue located sign. The council members who were here at the time had a chance to address this issue when it was brought to the City Council's attention at the City Council meeting on February 6th of this year, but nothing was done. We need to see a plan to eliminate the billboards that are already up. I understand it may be costly to the city because they may be legal at the time, but the public safety and visual blight also has a cost.
I feel that they're going to be an eyesore for our beautiful community. Every person with whom I've spoke also shares this concern.
As a former paramedic and paralegal, I've been a victim of accidents, people distracted, people text, they drive while they're eating, doing all kinds of things. Putting these billboards up is only going to be an added distraction.
How much light pollution is there going to be? How much distracted driving is there going to be because of these billboards? My wife works in insurance for an auto insurance company. She sees accidents every single day. We don't need to see more of these in our city. Just plain and simple.
This will be a distraction for drivers and young drivers especially. These billboards unfortunately are what Troy will be known for.
I think they should be removed, even before they get lit up. These are not signs, these are billboards. And I just don't believe that citizens of Troy want billboards in our city.
Remove the signs and support amended ordinance to prevent the construction of future billboard signs in the city.
What happened? What happened to convince those who are in guard of the city from allowing these billboards to go up? We're talking about 200 square feet of high-definition digital equipment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is wrong. Now, I spent about 32 years in marketing. I should be gung-ho about getting a message out there. But these boards, due to the First Amendment, can just about have anything on them that somebody wants to pay for. Anything.